In this video, I will show you what many call the simplest and quickest way to win at roulette, the persistent martingale strategy. I'll explain what the strategy is, how to play it, and I will do a demonstration, showing you how I won £20 in 10 minutes with this method. Then we will evaluate the pros and cons of it, establishing if it really is such a winning and simple strategy as people say. So if you don't want to miss out on any of this juicy information, stick to the end of the video. Welcome to Ninja Gamblers, the #1 source for quality casino content on the internet. Here you can find info, tutorials and strategies about roulette, blackjack, poker, slots and more. Explained and brought to you by the Ninjas, a group of expert gamblers. So if you haven't yet, please subscribe to the channel and hit that notification bell. So the persistent martingale strategy is a variation of the mirrored martingale strategy, which we have analysed in detail in our previous video in this channel. In fact, the persistent strategy is actually an even simpler version of the mirrored one, as it is the true, very basic form of the martingale. Many people say this and I can agree with them. It is by far the simplest roulette strategy out there, with the easiest rules to follow. What we are going to see today, as many people say, it's also the easiest way to win at roulette. Let's find out together. Before moving on, I wanted to quickly say an important note. It has happened many times that certain casinos used fixed algorithms to understand the strategy that the player is following, and they basically rig it to make the player lose, no matter what. Sometimes they let you win on purpose at the beginning, making you feel invincible, then making you lose everything. Many of these online casinos are owned by some dodgy companies in uncontrolled tax havens far away, and they could literally disappear overnight with all your money and no jurisdiction controlling them or checking their algorithms to not be rigged. It has happened and can happen again. It's the Wild West out there, so be careful. If you want to avoid losing your money in these casinos, I'd suggest you play in online casinos that are licensed and certified by reputable international gambling agencies. Many countries have specific additional regulations set by the local government, so in case you live in one of these countries, it's sometimes illegal to play in casinos that don't have local certification. In the link in the description of this video, you can find an always updated list of certified online casinos in the world and in your country that we personally checked that have the required local and international licenses, together with a good reputation. So all the casinos in the list are safe to play with, regulated by serious jurisdictions, and they can't just run away with your money or rig the algorithms. On the website you can also compare the best bonuses they offer, as some of them offer free spins and free money to new players. You can find everything in the link in the description. Alright, let's get cracking on this persistent martingale strategy. So here we are. I'm currently in the third casino on the list, and I'm playing its European roulette. In this video, I will take for granted that you already know the basics of how roulette works. If you don't, you can check out the video we did a few weeks ago about the basic rules. As we said earlier in this video, the persistent martingale strategy is very similar to the mirrored, with a simple difference. Firstly, you'll need a basic bet and a deposit that allows you to do a few doublings. This time, we're going to be a bit cheeky and do something a bit riskier. We're going to use a minimum bet that is quite high for its deposit. As you can see, my current balance is £24, and we're going to use a minimum bet of £1. This is quite risky because my deposit, with its minimum bet, only allows me 3 consecutive doublings. While the more doublings you can afford to do, the less risky the game is, so I'd usually suggest a deposit that allows for at least 4 or 5 doublings, so in this case, something more like £60, but today we're going to be cheeky and risky. Obviously I'm using British pounds as I'm based in the UK, but you can follow the same concept for any currency, euros, dollars or whatever. So what we're going to do is to choose one colour. In my case I choose red, and whatever happens we will always stick to the colour we choose. So I'm always going to bet on red. This is why it's called the persistent martingale. The idea is betting on the fact that whatever happens, a red number must come out sooner or later. So we bet our minimum, £1 on red. Let's see what happens. The number was red, so we won a 1-to-1 payout, which means we doubled our money. And we got an extra £1, so our balance is now £25. When we win, we keep betting the minimum bet, £1, always on red. Now we have lost. When we lose, we initiate the martingale. so we double our bet to recover the losses. In this strategy, we obviously keep betting on the same colour, so in our case we bet £2 on red. We double because if we win, we will recover the previous bet, but if we lose again, we will keep doubling until we win. In this way, whenever we will win, we will recover all the previous unsuccessful bets. There it is, we've won.
Player win.
And as you can see, we are back to £26. So it's like no loss has ever happened. Every time we win, we go back to the minimum bet, £1, always on red in this variation. Red.
26. Red. Even. Player win.
So we won and we are now at £27. Let's keep going.
20. Black. Even.
We lost, and therefore we rebet and redouble.
$26. Black. Even.
We lost again, so we bet again and double once more. And we keep doing this until we win.
$25. Red. Odd.
We won,
Player
and we got
win.
back exactly to where we were before we lost, £28. And now we go back to the minimum bet. As I said in the other video of the mirrored martingale, the main risk of these systems is the fact that you rely on doublings to win. So if you have a long doubling streak, that could suck all of your balance. Obviously every time you
26,
double,
black,
the risk of
even.
doubling again lowers, but it's never zero, so it can always happen again. My advice, as I said in the other video, is to have firstly a balance that allows a good amount of doublings, and then use it as a stop loss
23.
to avoid
Red.
overdoubling.
Odd.
So
Player
I'll
win.
keep playing using this roulette strategy until I can win a total of £20, so arriving at a balance of £44. Let's see if I can do it, and how long it will take me. I'll speed up the video to avoid it being too long. See you soon.
10.
Here we are guys, as you can see it took me 10 minutes to arrive at a balance of £44, so winning £20 as I started with £24. Here it says 13 minutes, but we spent a good 3 minutes chatting at the beginning, so let's just say 10 minutes. So that's an average win of £120 an hour, which is roughly $140. Not a bad win. Obviously this number is just theoretical. The issue with this system is the same with the mirrored martingale. In the short run, it can make good money, but the more we play, the more there is the risk of encouraging some bad streaks of doublings that can make the player lose. In the long run therefore, it would not make us win as much, that's for sure. So what's my verdict on this roulette strategy? It definitely is the fastest, simplest and quickest way to play roulette, and possibly win short term. But long term, not that much. There are several risks, all dependent on the risk of a long streaks of doublings. I personally prefer using the more complex roulette strategies like the double street strategy, which we will explain in the next videos on this channel. If you don't want to miss out on any of our future videos with new interesting content and strategies, make sure you subscribe to the channel. If you enjoyed this video, please like it and leave a comment. I remind you that in the link in the description you can find a list of certified casinos in your country and the best bonuses they offer, with free spins and free money. One important disclaimer before we finish: gambling is illegal if you're under 18 and can cause addiction. If you do want to play, please gamble responsibly and only bet what you can afford to lose. No casino strategy or game has a 100% success rate, so you can always lose all your money. Please see gambling as a pastime, not as a way to make money, and when the fun stops, please stop. Online casinos usually have tools to help you stay in control, such as deposit limits. To find out more about the best practices of safe gambling, you can read our guide on our website. If you think you're not in control of your gambling, please seek help immediately. you can do so at www.begambleaware.org. I look forward to seeing you on the next video. See you soon, ninjas.